Good evening, everybody. We are here as per our daily schedule to listen from various speakers from India and abroad. Veer Maheshwar Charitable Trust, Latur, Maharashtra, India, organizing daily international webinar series, and we are inviting the renowned resource person from India and abroad. Today, we have invited Saloni Shah, madam, who is life and leadership coach, corporate trainer from Pune, and she will speak on topic creating harmony in work, life with smart work. She is not new for this webinar series. Before she also contributed, and with the same, we again requested her to deliver a speech as per availability of her time. So I welcome ma'am from all our participants and my organization, and I request you to start your speech. I welcome all the participants, those who are joined here. Thank you.
So, a very, very good evening to all of you, and thank you, BETKAR sir, for having me here. It's been really a pleasure. I mean, as you said, I think last year also we had this series, and it's definitely a pleasure to be here and speaking in front of all of you, all the dignitaries, all the audiences. Thank you so much for being here. I would just apologize a little if there is a break in my network because it's been raining heavily in Pune. And let's pray that our session goes well. So I hope you all are able to hear me clearly.
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you so much. I request all the participants if you can, come on the camera. That would be really good. It becomes, I would love to have this session interactive. Yes, thank you, Rahul sir. Thank you. Good evening. Good evening. Somebody is pinging on the chat. So yes, good evening, everyone. And before we start, I think, as Sir said, today, let me introduce myself first. So, I'm Saloni Shah. I'm life and leadership coach. Before becoming a coach, I have a rich corporate experience of close to 16 years, wherein I have got a opportunity to work various roles with the leading banks in India currently, like now HSBC and Barclays. And after working in corporate for almost like a decade, more than a decade, I started feeling there is an inner calling, because in my own journey I have seen lots of ups and downs, and that has made me curious about learning, self development, healing, and I started learning myself more, and that has made me or that has showed me the path of becoming a coach, because now as a coach I help individuals and organizations to identify what is that they are mean for, identify their purpose, identify their passion. So the people who feel stuck in career, or people who are going through with some challenges in their personal life, emotional turmoil, or any kind of issue, so as a life coach I help, I guide them, I become accountable. So in terms of my achievements, it's been almost like 3 years I have been working in this field, and I have trained many people. Recently I have been published, featured by Business Talk magazine as a the Indian Achievers, top Indian Achievers for 2025. And that's all about me. I will share my LinkedIn profile and my website at the end of the session. So anyone interested, they can go through with that. And I would love to connect, and happy to any one of you need any help sort of. So let's start with today's topic. Let me quickly share my PPTs. Can can somebody please confirm if they are able to see? I think it's not yet shared, right? It's not allowing me to share. Okay, I think now it has come. Yeah. Yes. Can you see my slides? I hope you are able to see my slides.
Yes,
Super. Wonderful. So as everybody said, today's topic is about work-life harmony through smart work. Now, let me ask any of you, how many of you feel like, the 24 hours in a day is not enough? You really feeling running all the time, and then you really wanted to feel that there is always more to do, but still you feel the time is not enough. Anyone here?
यस मैम, अक्सर ऐसा होता है कि समय का पता ही नहीं चलता है, क्योंकि बहुत सारे काम रहते हैं, और जो ज़्यादातर समय है वो ट्रैफिक में, मैनेजमेंट में, जिम्मेदारियों में अपने लिए बच ही नहीं पाता है। थैंक यू मैम।
Correct. Absolutely. I think I'm new to Google Meet. If sir, you can help me that when I'm sharing my screen, I'm not able to see the participants. Is there anything I need to do with the setting?
you can share a window as like window, not whole screen. You can open PPT and you go to the window sharing and you can click on that open window. Then you will see the participants.
Thank you so much. Right. I'm sorry, I think I got disconnected. Can you hear me?
Yes. PPT is visible.
Okay. But it's not in the slide mode, or it's
It's in not visible, not in the slideshow, but you can continue the slides by clicking on that.
got it. Yeah. Perfect. Okay. So I think somebody was sharing, like, we feel like that the 24 hours are not enough, right? We feel at time we are working so hard for the office or maybe for your family, for somebody. So let's say you are working very hard for your office or work and all, and then you feel guilty that you are, not able to cater your family. Happens. Yeah. So I think one of the studies have been done, and the research says almost 73% of Indian professionals are feeling overwhelmed, and they feel pissed off between the work and the family and managing all their other responsibilities. They feel burnout, they feel overwhelmed, they feel overloaded. Is that resonate with you? Any of you feel like that? I think most of us feel like that because there are many responsibility we are handling. But now let's try to understand. So that's where my session is going to focus today, and we are going to try and understand what is the reason of it, why this happens. Now, tell me, there are many peoples and the many leaders. Everyone has 24 hours in a day to work with, but the few people, or let's say the leaders, when we see the leaders, they are able to achieve a lot, and we cannot, or we are struggling there, or some of us are struggling there. Let me say it like that. So is it true? Yeah. And real problem is not the time, because time तो सबके पास उतना ही है, 24 hours है. It's how we manage our time. how we prioritize our thing. So जो स्टडी जैसे मैंने बोला कि देयर हैज बीन अ स्टडी, जो स्टडी में उन्होंने आइडेंटिफाई किया था कि 73% ऑफ द पीपल फील्स लाइक दैट, एंड द मेजर रीजन व्हाट दे हैव आइडेंटिफाइड, most people do reactive planning instead of proactive planning. Now what I mean by this, probably we will discuss that in detail when we will discuss about the solution. But I think planning hum sab karte hain, we always talk about planning, we should plan, we should schedule everything, and we try to do that also. But there is a difference if you do it proactively or if you do it reactively, which we are going to discuss soon. Having no boundaries, saying yes to each and everything, whatever is coming their way, trying to do everything at their own. Any of you here find delegation difficult? I think many leaders, when they become like from individuals, so they go to leaders, they have a team now, they find delegation a little difficult. But delegation is one of the very, very important, crucial aspects. So now, the report has said that clearly. It's not just the lack of efforts. And I think I'm sure all of you who are struggling are putting a lot of efforts actually on a day-to-day life. They're always busy. They are doing a lot of efforts towards achieving their goal, towards finishing their task. But still, there is that lack of time they feel. It's not just because, they're not putting the right efforts. It's because they are lacking the systems, or there is a need to change the way they are managing their time. So let's understand this in much more detail. I hope you're able to see my PPT clearly, yeah?
Yes.
Great. So what's the solution? So I think solution lies what I said in the first slide of my presentation. It's about smart work. It's not about working hard, rather it's about working smart. Now, क्या होता है smart work? क्या होता है? Smart work is not something different we are doing, but we are doing whatever we are doing. We are planning it correctly. We are prioritizing it correctly, and we are focusing on the things which is really important for us, rather doing everything. So, smart work, how to implement the smart work. For that, there is a framework which basically, I have designed this framework which I followed in my personal life, and I help this with my clients and everybody. So today I'm going to discuss that smart work framework with all of you, and I'm sure you will pick some nuggets which is useful for you. So feel free, if you have any questions, to ask via chat, or maybe in the end we can discuss about the questions. So let's understand what is this smart work is all about. तो एक छोटा सा एक्रोनिम बनाया है. Small things को आप याद रखोगे, so that it becomes easy for you to understand and implement. So the smart work को आप 5 पॉइंट में डिवाइड कर सकते हो. So first one, S is for schedule your priorities. Now what I mean by that, schedule your priorities. So they said, instead of prioritizing your schedule, you need to schedule your priority. Now this sounds little, क्या difference क्या है? So I think let me ask again a question here. How many of you feel like there are in the day they are doing so many of such work which are not bringing any results to them? They are maybe a very low priority task. कुछ ऐसे meetings है जिसमें उनकी जरूरत ही नहीं है, where they are not adding any value, but still they are part of it. Or there are certain tasks at home or something which is not that important, but still they are putting their time. And one of the very common thing I think we all go through with social media scrolling. At the end we do that, and at the end we feel like that, oh my God, कितना सारा time हमारा चला गया. So here they say that you have to prioritize your schedule. So what is important for you, you really have to focus and put that in your calendar. Now, how you can achieve that? So you have to identify all the important tasks or important work which you are going to do, and in that it should include not just about the work, it should include about your health goals, it should include about your family goals, it should include your family time too. कितने लोगों के साथ ऐसा होता है कि घर से उनको कंप्लेंट सुनने मिलती है कि यू डोंट हैव टाइम फॉर अस एंड ऑल, बिकॉज हम ना वर्क तो शेड्यूल कर लेते हैं बट वी फॉरगेट टू शेड्यूल family time. So you have to schedule, you have to block the calendar. Let's say जैसे मैं अपना एग्जांपल देती हूँ कि अगर there is a इवेंट, मेरे बेटे का कोई इवेंट है, मेरे बेटे का कोई मैच है, समथिंग एंड विच आई फील इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर मी, आई हैव टू गो, आई ब्लॉक दैट इन माय कैलेंडर. सो नेक्स्ट टाइम व्हेन आई एम शेड्यूलिंग माय मीटिंग, आई एम अवेयर कि नहीं ये दिन मेरे लिए बिजी है, आई एम नॉट अवेलेबल बिकॉज आई हैव ऑलरेडी कमिटेड दैट टाइम फॉर माय फैमिली. सो दैट्स हाउ वी नीड टू prioritize and make time in our calendar for our family. Second very important aspect which can help you is time boxing the things. क्या होता है जैसे ही आप मोबाइल पे नोटिफिकेशन आता है and you just go open that app and then suddenly you will realize there are so many other notifications. आपने एक नोटिफिकेशन के लिए मोबाइल खोला and then you just drag into that. So when you are working on something very, very important, let's say you are going to finish a report, time box that for the next 30 minutes, I'm going to work on this report. For next 20 minutes, I'm going to do this email और जो भी आपका टास्क है, आप लर्न करना चाह रहे हो, आप कुछ पढ़ रहे हो, आपको अपना रिपोर्ट रेडी करना है, जो भी करना है, but for those 20-30 minutes, you are not going to distract on any small task. कि किसी का कॉल आ गया है या कोई मेल आ गई है and then you just distract. So you have to block your time and then you can, after that 30 minutes, you can go and check कि किसी का कॉल आया था या कोई ईमेल आई थी या व्हाट इज इंपॉर्टेंट, बिकॉज अगर बहुत ज्यादा कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट होगा तो एनीवेज दे विल सर्च यू, बट all other things can wait when you are working on your very important task. So the bottom line is, do not focus on everything, rather focus on those things which really matters for you, like your health goals. कितने लोग हैं यहाँ पे जिम जाने के लिए सोचते हैं, जिम का मेंबरशिप भी ले लेते हैं या योगा क्लास ज्वाइन कर लिया या हमने ये क्लास ज्वाइन कर लिया and we forget about it. Then they forget. Why? Because they have not scheduled it. So my suggestion or my request, all of you, please, अगर ऐसा कोई चीज आप कर रहे हैं तो start putting that time in your calendar and then see that how you're able to identify the time for it. So with that, let's move to the next one, managing your network. Now, network के बारे में सब लोग बोलते हैं कि it's, you know, our network is our net worth. But when you are going to really, you know, managing it effectively, तो अब यहाँ पे ना नेटवर्क का मतलब ये नहीं होता है कि आपके मोबाइल में 1000 कनेक्शन है, 2000 कनेक्शन है, 5000 कनेक्शन है. Rather, managing your network effectively is actually about having those connections which are really meaningful. It's about having those support system जिन पे आप रिलाई कर सकते हो, कि जिनसे आप हेल्प ले सकते हो. सो हैविंग नेटवर्क इज नॉट जस्ट अबाउट, यू नो, नोइंग ईच अदर, रेदर जहाँ पे if somebody needs help, we are there to help each other as well. So it's more about, you know, collaboration. It's more about doing things together. When we do things together, automatically, you know, your work get divides, and then automatically all of the people are able to do their best. So manage your network, not just for to having the connection, but manage your network to do the meaningful work together. And this also includes, like, even I think most of the people are here from college, right, sir?
Yeah, people are from college, and we are happy that our vice president of our charitable trust, respected village ji, have arrived here. We welcome her, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for joining. And yeah, so I think I do. I think you all will be agree with me, when we work in collaboration, when we support each other, rather also in the offices also. See, each person have different expertise. Not necessary that you know everything. And in all such scenario, let's say I don't know technology good, And I bank on my friends or my colleagues who are good in technology, who can help me, support me, guide me there. So instead of wasting all my time and identifying everything at my own, I go and take their help, which saves a lot of my time. So you can see what are such things which is happening for you, and which is, uh, taking a lot of your time. You can take help from your network, or you can build such network who can help you there. Moving on the next, it's one of the very, very important principle for managing time. Adopt Pareto principle. How many of you have heard about Pareto? Anyone here who have heard about it? Pareto it's given by one of the person whose name was Pareto, and what he says, 80% of your result comes from your 20% of task. So आपको 80% रिजल्ट लाने के लिए ना 20% of your efforts are very, very important. You need to really identify all those high impact tasks which are really important for you, and focus. Let's take an example of a salesperson, right? Sales or marketing person, they get the leads of all thousand people every day, and wherein they need to call and follow up with them, which takes a lot of their time. But a smart salesperson क्या करता है वहां पे? The smart salesperson basically identify कि out of those 1,000 people, who are the prospective lead which can give something. Yes, 80/20 ratio, exactly. It applies everywhere. When you identify what are those most important things, which are 20% of it, and that will give you 80% of your results. So identify and work and apply Pareto principle in your work office, in your home also. I think all the mothers here, I think when you will try seeing that where their time goes, and see that if you can just जो टास्क जो इम्पोर्टेंट नहीं है उनको आप हटा दो, it will save a lot of your time. So with that, moving on the very, very important next point, that is about, so the R comes for routine task delegation. I think why it's not going on the next slide. Can you see the next slide?
No, we are on that 80-20%.
Yeah. I think now you can see the routine task delegation. I think in the beginning only I asked that, how many people feel that delegation is bad, or delegation is not possible, or it's difficult? But delegation is one of the best way to save your time. And how you need to do delegation, it's all about those tasks which are very repetitive, right? Now here, in the age of AI, another thing got added here, that you can delegate or you can automate. So you have to really identify, what are those routine tasks which takes a lot of your time every day, like कुछ वीकली रिपोर्ट्स आपको बनाने होते हैं, कभी सिमिलर काइंड ऑफ रिपोर्ट्स आपको क्रिएट करना है, यू कैन क्रिएट अ टेम्पलेट आउट ऑफ इट, एंड एवरी टाइम यू जस्ट हैव टू फिल अप दोज डिटेल्स विच आर जो वेरिएबल है, जो चेंज हो रही है, बाकी की सारी डिटेल सेम होने वाली है. एंड देन देयर आर सो मेनी अदर टास्क विच वी डू रिपीटेटिवली एवरी डे, स्पेशली इन आवर हाउस. And if you try to create a system out of it, or if you try to delegate it, how many hours of your time you are going to save it? So today I want all of you to please identify and check what all those things, if they can delegate something or they can train something. Many managers I meet during my coaching things, wherein they feel like or if I will train my team, or if I will make them learn what I am doing, my importance will get low. But actually that's not true. When you will train, and when you have a team member who can do what you are doing today, probably they will help you to learn something new tomorrow. So you really have to train your team, you have to make your team who can do your task, and you can start focusing on learning and learn new things. So moving on from here, we will move to the next point, which is about, as I said, about technology. Yes, technology integration. We all are living in the world of AI now, right? And it's very impossible if you do not want to integrate AI into your work, or not about AI, it's about technology. So leveraging technology is something helps us to save our time. Now let me talk here about a long back, जब social media start हुआ था, how many people say that, it's not useful, or they don't want to come, they don't want to join social media, but slowly, what happened? They all are there on the social media. Now, you talk about any business, without social media, no business is able to run. All of them have to come on social media. You talk about, yes, it is fun now. It has become a part of our daily routine, right? And then we talk about a few years back only, digital payment was something many people were resisting. But what happened during COVID? What happened? Digital payment have saved us. And when people who actually moved and learned the technology fast, they are running ahead in the race. So that is how integrating technology into our day-to-day life is so important. So this is how what we discussed today here about smart way to implement the smart work into our day-to-day life. So now, we all have done that. But now what I want, before I move ahead, any question or anybody want to ask something? Say something before then? Because now after this, we are going to do a small activity. Okay. Yes, so I'm taking it. There are no questions as such, but yes, if any of you wanted to note down this smart points, smart framework, that what all the nuggets or what all things they really need to include in their life, day-to-day work, which can help them to save their time, please note it down. And anything we learn, but अगर हमने उसको इम्प्लीमेंट नहीं किया तो कोई फायदा नहीं होने वाला है. सो whatever we learn, in order to implement it, we need to have certain actions for that. And that is what the next we are going to do. I want all of you to go through and check your day-to-day task, your routine, where you are finding your time is going, and apply this smart framework. So let's do a simple activity. Can you see the next slide? I think it's again. Yeah. Okay, so are you ready for a small activity? Yes, perfect. So now I want all of you to think about your day-to-day routine and the task which you feel like, you really wanted to do. You really want to focus, but you are not able to identify time. And I'm sure most of you have your family and health into that list. So identify what one thing you are going to do in next week which will cater your family and health goal. So if you have a pen, paper, diary with you, please identify and write it down. What one thing you are going to do for your health and family in the next week. But I mentioned here, just make sure in the next week you are going to schedule it. So as I mentioned, we need to block that time. We need to block that particular hour of the day or whatever the day it is. Let's say if you wanted to start going gym, maybe 2 days, maybe 3 days in a week, but block that time into your calendar that this next 3 days you're going to do this. Okay. The next task for you, identify your top 20% high impact task which either you can delegate or you can automate. Identify one small task, maybe from your housework or maybe from your office work, which is very, very important for you, but you can delegate it as well. So just to give you some example, for all the women out here, there are so many tasks at our home and we feel like we really wanted to do that. But can you identify someone who can help you for that? The same thing applies to our office work as well. Yes, somebody is replying me on chat. Yes, thank you so much. So who all are identifying and note it down. Try to implement that in the next month, in this month, and see that what difference it is making into your time management. And now, for the next 90 days, so whenever we are talking about building any habit, what the next habit which you want to build? And I think we are almost on the end of September. We still have one whole quarter. Identify for the next 90 days what that one habit you're going to build and write it down in your diary. So for the next 90 days, you have to schedule that into your calendar, and you really have to focus there. So instead of taking all the things into your plate that I want to learn this, I want to do that, identify one or two things for the next 90 days and just focus on that. Once you learn, once you complete that, after that only you need to move to the next. So, yes, that's all. I hope you all have identified a task which you're going to do for the next week, next month, and for the next quarter. So, with that, yes, I am I have completed my presentation, but I would definitely like to give some time for the question and answer if anyone have.
Thank you, madam. It was very effective and useful presentation all on daily life. People like to do the smart work and with your teams. Definitely they can adopt it. I request all the participants who are having here enjoyed webinar, they can discuss with our person madam so that more effective, more effective. Thank you. You can unmute yourself and discuss it. Dr. Ramatkar sir.
Sir, I caught in the rain, so I was listening, madam. I did not completely listen, but however, the presentation given by madam is very excellent. Congratulations, madam.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. I hope you have taken some nuggets for yourself.
He is traveling and he is training. He is director of the education training center. Thank you, sir. Dipali Jain, madam, you have raised your hand. You can discuss.
Good evening, ma'am.
Hi, Dipali.
Actually, I joined a bit late, but yes, smart work always work for me a lot. And it's a good reminder that you have given me today. Generally, for me, I think week, 30 days, 90 days, one schedule will be there. Walk, walk, walk. On the health part, we all miss out. जितना मर्जी plan कर लिए वो पूरा हो जाए तो it's a bang on situation for us. But thank you for this reminder of smart goals. Thank you.
Yes, so probably Dipali, you can try putting that into your calendar, which is like non-negotiable. So let me ask back, a question to you. When
Please.
you have a meeting with your client, or let's say I'm not too sure like what work you do, but let's say something related with your work, you have a meeting with your client, or you have some important meeting in your office. Kitna bhi busy ho, you identify time for it, right? Because
Exactly.
that's something non-negotiable for you. But what
Exactly.
happens for our health goals, we consider it ठीक है हो गया तो हो गया नहीं तो नहीं फिर भी चलता है. So
Yes.
you really have to put that into your calendar which are like non-negotiable. You really have to do. And I can guarantee you जब आप एक week से start करोगे ना धीरे 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 you will be able to put it for the 3 months as well.
I'll definitely put back to it because it's a very good reminder. After a long time, I have, come through the smart goals. But thank you so much. It's wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing and asking. Thank you.
Thank you, Dipali Jain, madam. Kindly join every day. It's 7 p.m. the same week, you can so you can be a part of this and very useful person as per your availability of your time. Thank you.
We'll be honored, sir. Thank you for the invite. Thank you.
Other members are requested to be actively unmute themselves and they can discuss with our useful person. Participants, those who are joined here and listening webinar, very important webinar. After comparison, you can discuss. He has asked the question
How to overcome? I think it was the question that how to overcome procrastination. I think वो मेरे यहाँ से chat से चला गया. I'm just trying to read. Okay, so whosoever have asked that question about procrastination, let me ask them what is that exactly? What is procrastination means for them? Sir, आप mute पे हैं शायद. Can you please unmute yourself?
मैम जो शेड्यूल बना दिया जाता है हमने टाइम मैनेजमेंट के लिए जो शेड्यूल बनाते हैं, लेकिन शेड्यूल में कभी कभी ऐसा होता है कि प्रायोरिटी हम रखते हैं लेकिन उसमें शेड्यूल चेंज हो जाता है और वो प्रोकास्टिनेट हो जाता है. मतलब एखादी मीटिंग है जो डेलीगेट भी करना थी लेकिन डेलीगेटर भी जिससे हम डेलीगेट करे थे वो आदमी भी अगर नहीं होता तो वो प्रोकास्टिनेट हो जाता है, मतलब आगे चला जाता है. तो ऐसे समय में अगर डेलीगेट भी करते हैं तो एक आध बार वो प्लान चेंज हो जाता है, प्रायोरिटी भी चेंज हो जाती है. ऐसे हम हाउ टू मैनेज इट?
तो सर इसीलिए मैंने बोला ना कि हमने अगर we need to plan effectively and proactively, right? We don't have to go जो बोलते हैं ना रिएक्टिव प्लानिंग नहीं करनी है, प्रोएक्टिव प्लानिंग करनी है. सो लेट्स से अगर आपने जो एग्जांपल दिया मैं उसी को लेती हूँ एंड वेयर इन यू सेड दैट कि आपने किसी को डेलीगेट किया. सो आई एम अज्यूमिंग लेट्स से कोई मीटिंग है या कोई वर्क है, लेट्स से आपको कोई रिपोर्ट बनानी थी जो आपने किसी को डेलीगेट कर दी और जिसके लिए आपके पास एक था कि नेक्स्ट वीक में मुझे कंप्लीट करनी है एंड वो बाय एनी चांस और जो भी आपका डेलीगेट पर्सन था वो भी नहीं हुआ. नाउ यू नीड टू पुट दैट बैक अगेन इनटू योर प्लानिंग so that you can pick that task again. It's not the case of procrastination. It's basically, you know, the resource was not available or whatever the reason जो भी task हुआ वो नहीं हुआ. But in our next planning, if it is really important, first of all, you really have to see if it is important for you. If it is really important for you, you have to put that back into your calendar and then you have to see कि ये कैसे करना है. I hope that answers, or if there is something else, please feel free to talk about it.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you for asking.
thank you, Professor, for joining the meeting. You are the regular member of us and respect.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Among the participants, if you want to discuss with Professor Madam, thank you.
Thank you all the people who are giving their like emojis in the chat. Thank you so much. I hope you could get some nuggets out of this and start using it in your day-to-day life.
So, thank you, Madam, for joining here.
चैट बॉक्स में कुछ क्वेश्चन है.
I think जिसने भी question पूछा, I'm not sure which question you are talking. There are so many messages in the chat box, but if you can unmute yourself and ask again, please.
How can we, replace the question, how can we work smart in the partial society? It's a good question asked from the Madam.
Sorry, I'm not sure what you mean by partial society.
In theory, partition or in discrimination or those who are benefiting others. This is mixed society.
Sorry, sir. I can't hear you. Can you come again?
There is a discrimination in the society. There is discrimination in the society about the other professionals are keeping themselves together. So at that time, I will ask you corporate party.
You can give me some example, maybe that would be helpful. That what exactly you are trying to understand, because see how I believe this is all about our own
Yes,
team,
ma'am.
how we manage.
Yes, ma'am. This is Dr. Hema Malini here.
Hello, ma'am.
Actually, in our working atmosphere, mostly there is a racial discriminations, and which we face. And according to the, if someone is working good, not with the smart work, but they are working good. They give more importance to them. Whom we are working very smart, they never give the importance. So in this partial bias society, how can we work very smart? By working very smart, I didn't get any recognition. But only by working extra time or something, they get a recognition. So how can I be working smart on this case?
So
It is like partiality, ma'am. Wherever we say, it is like partiality. Whoever is very good to someone higher authority, they take up the position of a very good recognition and everything. Where we work very well and we do all the works in the right time and everything, but we never get any recognition or this kind of a smart work, anything. So
okay.
what shall I do in this kind of a situation? Are you able to catch up my point, ma'am?
So, Dr. Hema, thank you first of all for coming and asking these questions. And so, why I could resonate from where you are coming and what you are trying to ask here. But let me ask a little bit a small question from here. Like today, when I discussed about this 5 points, like about the smart work, right? Are you able to connect with any of the point? See, it's not about how others are doing or managing or what they are saying. It's about how we are gonna manage. And I think so. Let me ask first, understand from you that which point you could resonate in this particular scenario.
Okay,
Where
ma'am. For the past 17 years, I'm working in the institution. And last year, I had some health issues. So, where I was not able to put up much work, where I was not able to work extra hours or something because of the health issues. So, other one who was having some extra time to work and everything, they have given us a recognition. They were given a very good recognition where I'm working with smartness and everything, but but I was not given a recognition because of this kind of the partial bias.
So I think, Hema madam, what I can see, this seems to be a very one-to-one case, and it cannot be generalized because what I try to ask you. If you try to see the smart point, what we discussed, the point was about managing your network. So that is what is when you manage your network well, when you have that support system around you. So the way you manage that, you said that your health was not supportive. Probably instead of thinking बाकी लोगों ने क्या बोला है और कैसे किया, हमें ये देखना है कि हम अपने सपोर्ट सिस्टम को कैसे मैनेज कर रहे हैं. So it's not about working a lot of time or giving a lot of time. It's about managing your task and work.
Yes, thank you. Thanks, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Hema madam. You are here. And
Thank you. Yeah, sure, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
I'm on the behalf of the Veer Maheshwar Charitable Trust organization, and good to present this proposal, Saloni, Shah madam, and it's very useful if we to do our work this party by enjoying ourselves in our work, how to take it well, how to do the activities in our daily work. That is very useful, and I am thankful to you and also inviting for next week as per our practical. Thank you.
So thank you so much, sir, for having me here, and thank you to all of you for listening me so patiently and asking your questions. If any one of you feel like your question has not got sorted yet. I have shared my number. You can, let me share it again in the chat box. You can connect with me over the phone, and then we can take it from there.
Thank
Or
you,
you can
ma'am.
follow
Thank
on LinkedIn also.
you, Manish madam. Thank you, Dr. Sir. Thank you, Dr. Madam, and all who were actually kind and Apure sir, and everyone here was kind here, waiting for the next start. Following your here. Thank you. Thank you.
So I think I have just shared my number, and thanks.
You can share email ID number as per your
Yeah. Where I can share, sir?
chat box. You can share. There is a message box. Second icon.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm just sharing my LinkedIn ID so anyone can connect me from there. Okay, so thank you everyone once again. It was wonderful to have all of you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
I will use this for filling the feedback in 21 hours. Still filling the feedback. That's
So can I leave the meeting, sir? No?
yes, yes, ma'am, yes.
Okay. Yeah. A very good night to all of you. Bye-bye.